Okay, so let's start. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Bids and Awards Committee of DPWH Batangas First DEO, I would like to welcome all our our prospective bidders who will be presented later. Members of the Secretariat, the Technical Working Group, and we also have the representative from our implementing unit, NGSO unit, and the designers, planners from the planning and design section. So, welcome to this pre-bid conference for 4 projects. So this activity is being conducted pursuant to the provisions of RA 12009, otherwise known as the New Government Procurement Act. So we are conducting this pre-bid conference to give our prospective bidders the information related to the technical eligibility and specification of the project and other bidding requirements. So to formally start, may I request everyone to please rise for the invitation to be led by Ma'am Eugene.
Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us today. Grant us the wisdom, fairness, and integrity that we can back this very frontier. Make our discussions be clear, transparent, and in accordance with the law for the successful implementation of the civil work project and the benefit of the public. Bless everyone present and guide us in every decision we make. In your name, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Ma'am Eugene. May natin proceed. Okay, the Secretariat will now call the roll.
Good afternoon po sa ating lahat. For the roll call of attendees for today's private conference for 4 infrastructure projects. Let's start with the BAC TWG. Member Engineer Renz Nino M. Del Mundo. For the BAC Secretariat, member Ms. Renegine N. Umali. The head of the BAC Secretariat, Rostro Yusilia. For our end user, Engineer Lori B. Deligero. For our presenter from the planning and design section, let's start with Adrian Aldwin Enriquez. Sir Ian Bradford Apolonia. Ma'am Charicel Angela Catibo. And Sir Nino Kenneth Magundayaw. Our back vice chairperson, Engineer Christine Joy Alonte.
Present.
And our back chairperson, Engineer Andrew S. Marquez.
Good afternoon.
For our prospective bidder from the RB De Leyes Construction, Miss Marjorie Kaunan and Miss Angelica Gardose. That's all, sir, for today.
Thank you, Engineer Cyrus, the head of the BAC Secretariat. So with the presence of the majority of the BAC members, we hereby confirm the presence by quorum and that the committee is authorized to proceed with today's activity. So this pre-bid conference is being conducted to provide our prospective bidders the opportunity to ask questions, seek clarifications, and discuss matters relative to the procurement at hand. So any clarification, any matters discussed during this conference shall be reflected through the issuance of supplemental or detailed. We also remind our prospective bidders that only issues raised in writing shall be officially addressed by the bank through appropriate issuance. Okay, so let's start for today's agenda. We have the following. First will be the presentation of projects, plans, and scope of works. Next will be the discussion of general information, and last is the question from our prospective bidders and observers. Okay, for our first project, we have 26 DB 0041. Organizational outcome 1 ensures safe and reliable national road system, asset preservation program, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads, secondary roads, Nasugbu-Lian-Calatagan Road at kilometer 0118 plus 000 to kilometer 0118 plus 167 kilometer 0119 plus 200 to kilometer 0119 plus 573 with an approved budget for the contract of 7,082,460 pesos. Contract duration 60 calendar days. Source of fund GA 2026 size range small b license category C and D, and for the cost of bidding documents 10,000 pesos. So to present the plans and scope of work, we have Engineer Ian. May you proceed.
For the first project po with the project title of Organizational Outcome 1, Ensure Safe and Reliable National Road System, Asset Preservation Program, Rehabilitation, Reconstruction, Upgrading of Damaged Paved Road, Secondary Roads, Nasugbu-Lian-Calatagan Road, Kilometer 118+00 to Kilometer 118+167, Kilometer 119+200 to Kilometer 119+570. The project type of upgrading of road. Approved budget for the contract 7,082,460 pesos. The project duration 60 calendar days. For the section 1, ito po ang ating beginning. Ito naman po ang ating end. For the section 2 po, ito po yung beginning. Ito naman po yung end. For the scope of work po, we have removal of structures and obstruction, removal of actual structures, obstruction, 0.3 meter thick PCCP and reinforce, surplus common excavation, subgrade preparation, common material, aggregate base course, Portland cement concrete and reinforce 0.3 meters thick, 14 days. And last, refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. For the bill of quantities, for Part A, facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office of the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistance to the engineer, provision of progress photographs. For the Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and last, mobilization and demobilization. For Part C, earthwork, removal of structures and obstruction, removal of actual structure, obstruction, 0.3 meters thick PCCP and reinforce, surplus common excavation, subgrade preparation common material. For Part D, subbase and base course, aggregate base course. For Part E, Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforce 0.3 meters thick 14 feet. For Part H, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. For the plan po, for section 1, we have key map, vicinity map, and location map for layout plan. We have general notes. We have summary of quantities. We have project billboard. We have materials map. We have roadway section. We have geometric design. We have pavement design. We have schedule of quantities. We have plan and profile. And we have straight line diagram and reflectorized pavement markings. We have traffic management layout plan. We have cross section. And last, the cross section po. That's all po. Thank you po.
Thank you, Sir Ian. Now let's move to the next contract ID 26DP0042. Convergence and Special Support Program Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, multipurpose buildings, facilities to support services, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay, Maigsing, Dahilig, Lemery, Batangas, with an approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000. Contract duration 150 calendar days. Source of JA 2026 is size range small b. License category C and D for the cost of bidding documents 5,000 pesos. So to present the plans for we have Engineer Adrian. You may now proceed.
Good afternoon. For the next project with title Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multi-Purpose Buildings, Facilities to Support Services, Construction of Multi-Purpose Building, Barangay, Maigsing, Dahilig, Lemery, Batangas, with a project type of construction of multi-purpose building and approved budget of 4,950,000 pesos and 150 calendar days. So for the location map, located at Maigsing, Dahilig, and the site development plan, and as well as the perspective. So for the scope of works, we have the earthworks, structural concrete and reinforcing steel, installation of plumbing fixtures and sanitary and cold water line works, ceiling works, installation of windows and doors, installation of roofing with gutter and flashing, tiling works, painting work, installation of steel trusses, and electrical works. So for BOQ Part A, we have the provision of field office for the engineer, provision of progress photographs. For Part B, we have permits and clearances, project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization or demobilization. For Part C, we have structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadway structure excavation, common soil, gravel field. For Part D, we have structural concrete, 3,000 and 4,000 PSI Class A, 28 days. Reinforcing steel, grade 40 and grade 60 deformed. And last is the form works and falls work. For Part E, we have the sewer line works, storm drainage and downspout, plumbing fixtures, the cold water line, the metal frame ceiling, carpentry and joinery works, finishing hardware, aluminum glass window, sliding type, owning type, and fixed type, frames, flush door, door wood panel, and we have the fabricated metal roofing accessory, flashing, gutters, and pre-painted metal sheets, long span. Next is the waterproofing, cement base, glazed tiles, unglazed tiles, cement plaster finish, painting works for masonry, wood, steel, and 100 mm CHB, non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, and 150 mm. We have the metal structure accessories, metal structure accessories for steel plate, structural steel for links, and for electrical, we have the conduit boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, and last is the lighting fixture. For the plans for the Maigsing Dahilig MPB, we have the perspective, the site development, and next is the project billboard. For the floor plan, note that opening for air conditioning unit and the exterior painting for front only lang ang meron. And also, this project may embankment po tayo dito. Here is the elevation, the stair details, the roof plan, the ceiling plan reflected, and the construction notes, the foundation, the framing plan, the roof details, the power and lighting layout, and the provision for aircon layout, the sanitary and water supply layout, and for the location map for septic tank details. That's all po.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Adrian. Next project, DB 0043, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIB, Multi-Purpose Buildings, Facilities and Support Services, Construction of Multi-Purpose Building, Covered Court, Bolbok National High School, Purok 5A, Barangay Bolbok, Batangas, with an approved budget for the contract of 9,900,000. Contract duration, 210 calendar days. Source of fund, SR 2026-05-011621. Size range small B, license category C and D, and for the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos. So to present the plan scope of work, we have Engineer Chari, you may now proceed.
Good afternoon po. For our next project titled Construction of Multipurpose Building Covered Court, Bolbok National High School, Purok 5A, Barangay Bolbok, Batangas. Budget, approved budget, 9,900,000. Project duration po, 200 lang calendar. And po, next po, site development plan. Perspective. So, of course, we have earthworks, structural concrete and reinforcement steel, installation of plumbing fixture with sanitary and cold water line works, ceiling works, installation of windows and doors, installation of wheel paint with gutter and flashing, tiling work, glazed and unglaze, painting works, installation of steel trusses, and electrical works. For our part B, we have provision of field office for the engineer and provision of progress photograph. Part B, permits and clearances, project billboard, occupational safety and health, and mobility. We have structure excavation, embankment from roadway, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from borrow, and gravel field. Next, we have structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, reinforcing steel, grade 40 and grade 60, and formwork and south. Part A, we have soil poisoning, sewer line work, storm drainage and downspout, plumbing fixtures, cold water line, 4.5 mm fibrous cement board, finishing hardware, aluminum glass windows on inside, aluminum glass windows sliding type, frames, flash doors, PVC doors and frames, doors, wood panel, and we also have fabricated metal roofing accessories, grid ship rope, flashing gutters, and we also have repainted metal sheets, corrugated pipe long. Waterproofing cement base, glaze tile, and glaze tile, cement core finishing floor, and cement plaster finish. Decorative stone, painting works, wood, painting works steel, reflective insulation, 100 mm CHB. 150 mm CHB metal structure accessories, and metal structures accessories turned down. We also have metal structure accessories, cross bracing, and steel frame. Structural steel trusses, and further. And drilling. Part F, so we have conduit boxes and fitting, wires and wiring devices, panel board, lighting fixture, exhaust fan, and air conditioning. Plan po yan po ang perspective, site development plan, and location plan. Billboard po. Second, ground floor plan and second floor. Elevation po. Yan, elevation po. Roof plan po. Air details po and bleachers. Foundation plan po. Details. Craft details po. Details po. And for layout po ng electrical. That's all po.
Thank you, Engineer Chari. So next, last project, 26 DP00044, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multi-Purpose Buildings, Facilities, and Support Services, Construction of Multi-Purpose Building, Barangay Hall, at Barangay Ayaw-Iyaw, Lemery, Batangas, with an approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000. Contract duration 150 calendar days. First of one, JA 2026. Size range small B license category C and D. And for the cost of bidding documents, 5,000 pesos. Okay, 80% the plans go forward. Then we have engineering again. Please proceed.
So for the last project entitled Convergence Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, Multipurpose Buildings, Facilities to Support Services, Construction of Multipurpose Building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Ayaw-Iyaw, Lemery, Batangas, with the type of multipurpose building, an approved budget of 4,950,000 pesos and 150 calendar days. So for the location map and the site development plan and the perspective. So for this scope of works, it's just basically the same as mentioned earlier. The only difference that we have here, my mistake, yung Maigsing Dahilig po is walang embankment. Ayaw-iyaw po yung meron. And as well as for the rope details, medyo maliit yung sa Maigsing Dahilig since nagawa ko nito ng 0.6 all sides. And here in Ayaw-iyaw ay all sides po standard 1.2 meter. And for the painting works, all exterior, ay meron po tayo dito sa Ayaw-iyaw. In that form.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Adrian. Okay, now we go to the presentation of general information and other instruction for our prospective bidders. To be given by our Vice Chairperson, Engineer Christine Jan.
Hello. Hello. So for the general information, the bidding will be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion. The bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorships, cooperatives, and partnerships or organizations with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders until before 10 a.m. of August 4, 2026 from the Procurement Unit Office, DPWH Batangas 1st DEO, and upon payment of the applicable fee. Bidding documents may also be downloaded free of charge from the PhilJets and DPWH websites, provided that the bidders pay the applicable fee for the bidding documents before the submission of their bids. Bids must be duly received by the back secretariat through manual submission to the Procurement Unit Office or online or electronic submission through the email address electronicbids_Batangas1@dpwh.gov.ph on or before August 4, 2026 at 10 a.m. Please be noted that late bids shall not be accepted, and all bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in the ITB Clause 16. The bidder shall submit one original and 2 copies of the first technical and second financial components of its bid, written in indelible ink, and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representatives. All envelopes shall contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, bear the name of the and address of the bidder in capital letters, be addressed to the procuring entity's back, bear the specific contract identification of this bidding process, and bear the warning, do not open before the date and time for the opening of bids. Next, the bidder shall enclose their original eligibility or technical documents in one sealed envelope marked original technical component and the original financial component in another sealed envelope marked original financial component, sealing them all in outer envelope marked original bid. Each copy of the first and second envelopes shall be similarly sealed during duly marking and the inner envelopes as copy number blank technical component and copy number blank financial component, and the outer envelope as copy number blank. These envelopes containing the original and copies shall be enclosed in one single envelope. The bid documents, the technical and financial proposal must be bounded or fastened at the left side with ear tag in A4 size of bond paper, font size 10 or up in 70 to 100% scale, with documentary stamps and paginated as per DEO number 90 series of 2002. Bid opening is on August 4, 2026 at 10 a.m. at the back conference room, DPWH Batangas First DEO. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend the activity. Contractors who wish to participate in the bidding are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works Application or CWA at the DPWH Procurement Service, while those already enrolled shall keep their records current and updated. Next, if during post-qualification process, the BAC verifies any deficiency due to the contractor's fault or negligence pursuant to Section 63.2 of the RRR of RA 12009, the procuring entity will disqualify the contractor from award without any right for reimbursement of fees. Additional project requirements as mandatory submission of the following under ITB 12.1H, the latest general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the SEC for corporations. Next, the DPWH reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA 12009 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. For contractors with an official representative, they are required to secure a special power of attorney for single proprietorship, while for corporation or unincorporated, they are required to present a secretary certificate together with their latest board resolution. You may visit the following websites for downloading of bidding documents at www.dpwh.gov.ph and www.philjeps.gov.ph. And for electronic submission of bid, electronic bids_Batangas1 at dpwh.gov.ph. For further information, please refer to Engineer Andrew Fernan S. Marquez, BAC Chairperson, DPWH Batangas First DEO, telephone number 043-703-0004, and the BAC Secretariat with the same address and telephone number. Once again, the deadline of submission of bids is on August 4, 2026, on or before 10 a.m. Opening of bids shall follow at on the same date and 10 a.m. The address is BAC Conference Room, DPWH Batangas First DEO, Barangay Lanatan, Balayan, Batangas. Office contact number 043-703-0004 and office email address bac_Batangas1 at dpwh.gov.ph. That's all.
Thank you, Engineer Elote, our BAC Vice Chairperson. Okay, we shall now open the floor for questions or any clarifications from our prospective bidders. If there is any. Okay, there being none and there being no further matter to discuss, the pre-bid conference for this project is hereby adjourned at exactly 3:07 p.m. Again, once again, thank you and good afternoon, everyone.